What's going on, everyone? Only Sports back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Brad Treliving, and he is the new general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was hired a couple of days ago by the Leafs, and I wanted to wait to do this video for yesterday's opening press conference from him. I just wanted to kind of hear his view on the team and talk a little bit about it, because of course they were going to ask a couple obvious questions: Sheldon Keefe, Austin Matthews, and the rest of the core four. And I think right now for this hockey team, those are the three main talking points, and the three probably the most important things right now, I would say. So I just wanted to get his stance on that before I made this video. So I'm going to kind of go over that. But Brad Treliving has been named the 18th general manager in franchise history. He's 53 years old. He's going to be 54 in August. So he is, he's got some experience. There's no question about it. He's Canadian, so he knows what it's like to be in a Canadian market. He's been with the Calgary Flames. He was the GM there for a long time. And I think he's a strong GM. I think he's a good guy who knows how to build a hockey team, right? You go look over to his teams in Calgary. They were really good teams. A lot of people are going to knock him for the Matthew Tkachuk trade, but, at the end of the day, I've said it before, and I'm going to continue to say it, including myself. I think everyone thought that he won that trade, right? I was like, what are the Panthers doing? We didn't expect Tkachuk to go on and have the season he's having and be one of the best players in the world, top 5, I would say, probably. We didn't expect that. But before the season started and when the trade happened, you look at Huberdeau going the other way, 100-point guy, Mackenzie Weegar, a prospect and a first-round pick. So that's a tremendous return for a guy that Brad Treliving had to trade, and teams knew he had to trade because he was not going to re-sign. Because Tkachuk went up to him and told him, I'm not coming back. I'm not my intention is to not re-sign in Calgary. So he got great return for that, even if right now it looks like the Flames lost the trade. But he had some really good players. He had a great goaltender. He had some really good defensemen, some big physical, meaty defensemen, and that's, I think, what the Toronto Maple Leafs are missing. But I think he knows exactly how to build a hockey team, and we'll ultimately see how this all plays out. But I don't mind it. I don't love the Treliving hiring, but I certainly don't hate it. I like the move. I think it's he's a smart guy that I think could really work here in Toronto with the Leafs. Of course, with the history he's had in this league, in the Canadian market, he knows what it's like to be in Toronto. Now, he said one of the main reasons he took the job is because it's the Leafs. And, you hear that from everyone. This is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Everybody knows that. This is a team that, everyone wishes they can get a chance to work for or play for, So the Leafs are that team, that everyone wants. But now let's get into some of the stuff he said yesterday. It started with Sheldon Keefe. It sounds like he's going to keep Sheldon Keefe, which I don't love, but I think Sheldon Keefe's certainly going to have a very short leash if he indeed, in fact, is staying, which it certainly sounded like, at least in my opinion, that is the intention for Brad Treliving, to keep Sheldon Keefe. His number one priority is what it should be, and that's Austin Matthews. He slammed the pedal on the number one priority for him, and it's to fly to Arizona to speak with Austin Matthews. This is what he had to say about Matthews. Austin is one of the elite players in the world. We're not talking about a good player in the league. We're talking about an elite player in the world. Getting to Austin is a priority. That's priority number one. So, clearly that's what he knows he needs to do, and he's going to do that. So I have confidence. I still have confidence that a deal with Austin Matthews gets done. Whether that is here this offseason or whether that's midseason, I don't know, but I am confident that Matthews will be back. So we'll see what happens there. And then the other thing is the core four. Now, he didn't commit to them, at all. He said this. He said, we will look at all things. So I think that means he's going to entertain it, but I think it's unlikely. I'm not going to say unlikely, but he's probably going to keep the core four. He praised them, but he said no moves off the table. So I think the core four ultimately stays unless he gets an offer that blows him away. So he won't turn down anything, but take something serious. He said you could throw a body under the tarmac, and it might look good for the headlines, but are you getting any better? My job is to protect them, right? It's to protect them, and I'm fiercely protective of my players, but this can't be about the core four. This is about the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's not about 4 players or 2 guys or 1. It's about the 23 guys that we're going to have in this organization. So, Treliving, obviously, he knows the task in hand, and it's exciting. And he said about the long-term futures of William Nylander, Mitch Marner, and Austin Matthews, all who are coming up in the next year or two. He said we can and we will. So he obviously, he knows what he's got here. He said he's got a lot of talent. He loves having this talent, and it's going to be exciting. It really is. I'm looking forward to seeing this this offseason holds. I'm a little bit nervous, but I trust Treliving. He's done a great job throughout his career in the business as a hockey executive. So I think he's going to make the right decisions for this hockey team to succeed. I'm looking forward to it. And I'll have you guys covered on anything that goes on this offseason. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I think Matthews will be back. I have confidence that Treliving gets that done, and I would expect the core four to stay. And Sheldon Keefe, I think, will get a little shot. But guys, that is all I got in this video. You guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on the Toronto Maple Leafs hiring Brad Treliving to be the 18th GM in franchise history. I like the move, and like I said, I'm excited to see what this future holds with this team and Brad Treliving. I think it's going to be fun, exciting. So I think he's going to do a great job, a very good job. And I think, like I said, I think Matthew stays. I think the core four probably stays. I think Sheldon Keefe is given a small opportunity, a small shot to prove his case that he should continue on here as the head coach of this hockey team. But guys, that's all I got in this video. You guys let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. And as always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See you guys all in the next video. I'll have you guys covered for all of the off-season content. And as always, go Leafs, go.